Hey, what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? I have an open invitation, but you're telling me go get lost. I don't wanna see your face. Yeah, what the hell? So why don't we stay out till the morning light? Cause two wrongs can make a right. We're just doing what we feeling right now. Some Chardonnay, we camp in the parking lot. Leave traces of plastic cups. We're just doing.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Frost to Esports. It's the 93rd edition of our Blizzard Weekly Rocket League tournament. $100 on the line. My name is Llama77. Joined in the casting booth, it is the one and only Millie Kim. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty fun. It's a pretty nice day. We got a pretty nice matchup as well. Nightblood Gaming. It's a very, very good team versus a very, very, very good team. These are two like at the top of essentially six mans. Everyone knows these guys. They're respected in the community. On the one side, blue side, it's Dap Me Up. It's Frosty, Fast, and Turt. In the orange, it's Nightblood Gaming. Yokes, Twos, Grind, and Corn Tie.
Yeah, some good teams on both sides, like you mentioned. And obviously, starting off the tournament here today, not actually starting, they have been playing for a little bit of time, but this is going to be a best of three. So a little bit shorter matchup between the two. Definitely going to be exciting, but a short one nonetheless. So you got to come out swinging.
Yeah, they have to be able to kind of strike first. You need these things to the mental. Already Yokes just trying to force one on target. Kornta had to kind of sweep that out of the possession of Dab Me Up. Fast has already pre-jumped from yesterday for that ball. But Kornta is going to be able to bring this one away.
Bringing up and away here. 30 seconds, no early goal to either side. Love to see it. Two's grind, though. Gonna look for something off the backboard. Red pretty good from Dab Me Up. And yes, this can be a nice, early feeler game from the two, but you want to get some goals on the board to start. A nice touch there from Fast to keep this one in. Yokes, though, just getting some contest out of the air to clear it.
Here's Turret. He's got about 40 boosts. He just had to beat the defender to the ball. Here's Kornta on the back line. He gets beat to the ball. His Frosty to follow is going to be denied by Yokes in the back line. Here's Two's Grind. Has a hook shot on target. Maybe second double tap. Won't be able to put it in. Fast, complete mistouch, but Frosty's going to be able to bail his teammate out.
Yokes has a secondary opportunity as Nightblood definitely getting some shots on board already. See some of the players already racking up to 3, but yeah, some offense, but no goals, nothing to show for it right now as Dabney just trying to clear this out of their defensive zone. Corntie, though, and company, they are contesting out in the corner. Some early aggression from Dabney Up, but the missed rotations might get caught. The shot goes wide.
That was a nice opportunity by Korntie. He couldn't cut off the initial pass and try to put it on target. Here's Two's Grind, though. It's not the best clear by Fast on the back line. Here's the follow-up. It's going to be taken away by Frosty. The Yokes just had to kind of take his time. Doesn't really want to rush it in because he knows if he gets beat, it's a goal going down the other end. Korntie, one more, drops it straight down for Yokes on target, but Turt contested.
Really good reads, I gotta say, from Dabney Up. Yes, Nightblood, they've had some offense, but Dabney Up, they have had all of the answers so far. So rotating back to that midfield line, picking up some boost and gonna try and regroup out in the corner. Frosty with a contest that Korntie will beat them on. So not a ton of boost to work with here. We'll have to back up the team trying to finish the play.
Korntie, he's got a lot of space. Doesn't exactly have the ideal amount of boost. Only 3 in the tank. It's a big bang downfield, but Frosty on the back line. He's remaining composed. Two's Grind just kind of forced it off the back wall. Couldn't get the double tap. Quarantine now has to turn on it since his teammate has to rotate out of the play. Yokes is going to be next up. Two's Grind. And Yokes is kind of in the same spot. You need to spread out a little bit. The spacing hasn't really been in the favor of Nightblood Gaming. A nice shot forced on target, just forcing Frosty to use his boost and go.
Using out the boost here, and 3 minutes of clock actually used up already out of this first game. Neither team able to find the back of the net. Yokes already with 3 shots on board, though. That early offense from Nightblood Gaming definitely putting shots on board, but with this still being 0-0, a single mistake could cost that lead to break either way. Going up to the air, Yokes wants to add even more shots towards that counter. Korntie waiting at midfield to see if there's any secondary opportunity. How about a shot off the right post that bounces out?
Oh, that was another big opportunity. Nightblood Gaming has already had 6 shots on target compared to Dap Me Up's only 1. They have been able to somewhat get out of their half, but it hasn't been convenient. It hasn't been going in their favor fast. Can't get the double. Goes all the way right back down. It's going to be Korntie's ball, but Turt, he's already taken the boost. The source of Phasma's going down the other end. He's fast. A lot of time to work with. Just cuts it underneath. But Yoke still gets a very nice run on the ball. Frosty almost goes under him. Two's grind. Double across the pitch. But it's going to be taken away. And Fast clears it away.
Taken away here, just about a minute remaining for these two. Again, just the first game of possibly 3 here in this winner's semifinal. Some offense, though. Turt going to try and rotate with the team. Try and make use of
Double
this
tap.
counterattack. Wins it. Ooh, looking for the
no!
Oh, wow. It's an own goal. How did it end like that?
Well, I mean, that was unfortunate. That one bounced off the backboard Turt. I think he had it lined up anyway. I think Two's grind kind of panic flipped on the goal line. Trying to get out the way of the ball. Didn't really realize it was not in. Kind of got in the way of it. His own goal. It's really unfortunate, especially because Nightblood Gaming have, what? They still have 6 shots, only compared to now 2, plus the own goal.
Exactly. It's an unfortunate mistake to make, but now you got 40 seconds to try and, make that mistake into a mistake on the other side. Try and force a goal of your own and try and force this overtime. Turt gonna try and pinch off the ground here. 30 seconds remain. What
oh my goodness.
Here. They are bullying their way to the goal line, but once again, this is just draining time off the clock.
Oh, it's a double commit. Frosty and Turt both go for it. Yokes bangs it downfield. Kontai has it. Redirects denied by Fast. Here's Two's grind to the middle. It's going to be right back to Frosty, who's looking for it on the back line. Here's Fast. Gets it past 1. Corntie gets it downfield. It's very dangerous. They need to find a way to make these things work off the back line. It's going to be 1-0, and it's going to drop to the ground. And game 1 belongs to Dap Me Up.
I would say, surprisingly, it actually belongs to them. Like you said, the shot differential definitely favoring Nightblood Gaming, you have to feel like. But, that's what we talked about. So what? So what? You have all these shots on the board. You didn't score one of them. A lot of offense to look forward to in game number 2, but Dab Me Up, they were just better on capitalizing on those mistakes.
It was a very interesting game. I think Nightblood Gaming, they did have the majority of the opportunity. They had the majority of the pressure. They just couldn't make it into anything, and that's what they really wanted to do. That's what they needed to do. They just couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it, but obviously it's not over, right? They still have this second game. They got an opportunity to bounce back. And as a reminder, there is still that lower bracket for the team that does lose it. So safety net's there all around, but definitely would love to win this game. Send it to a game 3. I mean, what would be more exciting, Melee, than, a game 3 on our first series on the stream?
Oh yeah, it would be people would be going static rather. Just an absolutely unbelievable series, an unbelievable game so far. It's going to be interesting to see Nightblood Gaming. They had a lot of things going in their favor. They just need to find a way to kind of rack things back where they kind of were stacked in the beginning of the game, but just be able to convert those passes, convert those shots, find each other on the pitch, just clean it up.
I mean, I definitely think they do. They had a lot of opportunities, and if they can find the way to capitalize off of them, then they can maybe get some scores. But nonetheless, we're headed here into game number 2. Dab Me Up with that first game win, now just 1 game away from locking themselves in the winner's final. And Nightblood Gaming, they're starting off this kickoff with some aggression, which I love to see. We talked about it. They need this aggression to find those goals.
Hurt. And the thing was exactly right. They need to find a way to just get this pressure downfield, get things to work in their favor, but instead, it's kind of gone the other way. Nightblood Gaming, they've already got a lot of pressure. It's a one-on-one. Corntie, double tap taken away. The follow by Yokes, gets past the opponent, but it's still not going to be in. Two's grind keeps the pressure going. The follow, here's Corntie taken away on the back line.
So many shots, but once again, the defense of Dab Me Up looking for the counterattack. Can't find it there, going up to the air. Not there either for Nightblood Gaming. Again, the shots are going their way, but those counterattacks we know can be so deadly. They are not careful about their positioning. Right now, Two's grinding company. They have to get back to grab some of that boost, bounce it off the ceiling, but again, their pass is being read perfectly. Stalls out in the goal line, but Corntie will clear it.
It's kind of dangerous on the back line, but Corntie, he kind of had it covered. Had to avoid the bump as well. Here's Yo trying to get it back midfield. Two's grind, not the best touch by him. Fast trying to fake it low. Two's grind, an easy clear. Just gets it over and away. They need to work on trying to find each other downfield, down and in the trenches. Where do you win? In the trenches. They haven't got those bumps, but they do have something here. Just trying to grind this game out, but they still can't find the goal.
And look at this counterattack. A nice shot on board from Turt, but it just seems like every single time Nightblood Gaming, they try to set up one of those plays, it's just nothing. There's always that third player there. And how about Turt, the third player, to get the bump off the backboard? Will be perfectly read out by Yokes. So some good defense on both sides. And once again, Melee, we're at a 2-minute no-goal standstill.
Yeah, well, it's kind of seeing who's going to be able to break the deadlock, kind of like last game. Both teams having shots. This game has been a little bit more equal pressure, but both teams are still trying to wait to find that breaking point. And I feel like Dap Me Up is kind of playing like we don't exactly need to completely force it more than not. And it's kind of working for them. They're not trying to overcommit. They've been really solid on defense. They have to be again here. It's a 50 that goes out of their favor. Fast gets a little bit of a mistouch, but still is able to get back this one out.
Under halfway now in this game number 2 between these two squads. Again, Dab Me Up already with that series advantage. So like you said, they're seeming relaxed right now with that 0-0 scoreline. Some slow rolling offense won't get them anywhere, but Turt trying to follow that up with some aerial plays. Once again, some nice ping pong action from Nightblood Gaming, but can these shots, can they get some more towards the net if they drive in? No, double commit to the corner says otherwise.
There's Turt to the midfield. It's a pre-jumping Frosty that's there, but Corntai cuts it off. Gets the second over to Yokes, who's got a decent amount of boost. Now runs out of it in the midfield, trying to drop it down for a teammate who Tools Grind has to turn out the play. Corntai kind of waiting. This one just has to get a 50. But of course, the power of friendship on the side of Dap Me Up is able to get this one right back out and into the orange half, but only for so long.
They're doing a really good job of stalling out that ball in the offensive zone, but really no player able to finish the play, get that goal, and we're once again approaching that danger territory where you make that mistake. Oh, what a save there right in the goal line, Yokes. Possibly that goal could have been series over right there. Fast wants to continue this offensive play. Frosty up in the air. Corntai, what a read. But, oh, what a pinch towards the post.
Tools Grind needed to make that play. That was the only play on the ball that he could possibly have made. Yokes, not a lot of boost to go. Turt thought he had a flick over, had to try to commit. Fast. Past one. Corntai tries to keep it low. Frosty trying to do something here. Yokes gets it, drops it right back down. Here's Corntai on the back line. He's all the way waiting. He's going to be second man now. He turns into first. Tools Grind has to go back into the play. He's waiting for this play by Frosty. Yokes is over him. Tools Grind has to get a 50. Completely botches it. Frosty to the far corner! Frosty to the top right corner makes it 1-0.
Yeah, and what a shot on board. Unassisted here. Oh, nice little soft touch to end it. Like you said, top right corner. Dab Me Up once again scoring a goal in the final minute. The first goal of both of these matchups. Now 30 seconds on the clock. Nightblood Gaming, their path through the winner's final depends on these final 30 seconds.
Yokes drops it down. Corntai shot. It's placed, but there's no power to follow. It's not going to be on target either. They need to find a way to turn this right back. Turns it away. Yokes to Tools Grind. What's a pass, but it's cut off in the back line. Corntai, not the touch he wanted. Yokes has to cut. Turt is going to take a lot of time off the clock. He's going to keep it controlled. He's going to try to turn it into the ground. There's nobody there. And just like that, Dap Me Up all the way over to the winner's final.
Dab Me Up, back-to-back games in their favor, and I gotta say, back-to-back games on a 1-0 scoreline. What a feat to establish for yourself. I mean, got to be feeling good, you know, just holding your patience, capitalizing off the counterattack, and moving a step forward in the winner's bracket.
And they did it so well as well. They never really tried to force anything. They just kind of played their game. They slowed the pace down, which cut off Nightblood Gaming. Then on the other side, they also let Nightblood Gaming try to play faster than them. Then when they slowed down the pace, they caught them out, caught them overcommitting, and was able to strike off just the pure mistakes that Corntai, Yokes, and Tools Grind were making on the orange half.
Yeah, well, for Nightblood Gaming, it's not over. Yes, a 2-0, unfortunate for the series, but they'll move down to the lower bracket. That safety net will have to be utilized now. They'll get a chance to maybe play their way through, maybe get back to that lower bracket finals, and then maybe move their way back up. But looking a little bit forward in the tournament at our bracket, it is going to be Dab Me Up versus Waldo's Diablo 4, a really good team that's been crushing through that upper sector of the upper bracket. Going to be a really good matchup, I gotta say, but we do have to to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen, get that lobby set up. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Frost Esports. Still here with our 93rd Blizzard Rocket League tournament. Now, we're moving on a little bit further in the bracket up to the winners final. It is going to be Waldo's Diablo 4 versus Dab Me Up in a best-of-5 series. Now, the winner of this not only gets to move towards that grand finals, but they get that extra game advantage, which everybody wants.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how these teams approach this game. Of course, Dab Me Up, they kind of just played their game in the last match. They kind of chilled out, let the other team make mistakes, but now they're up against a really, really, really good team. I think this is a rank X team. This is a very, very, very good team here. We're gonna see how this kind of plays out.
It's going to be interesting. Two really good teams. You're talking about the winners final. Wouldn't want it any other way. Now, obviously, for the loser, it's a little bit too early to be discussing, but, you'll have that second chance. You'll still have a secondary opportunity in that lower bracket. But we talk about that game advantage can be really, really nice, and you guarantee yourself some winnings if you win this matchup.
Oh yeah, $30 is a decent lot, especially for these types of tournaments. It's going to be very interesting to see. Again, Waldo's Diablo 4. We have not seen them on mainstream. These are top tier players, and it's gonna be very cool to see them and how Dap Me Up. I mean, Waldo's are gonna be definitely the favorites in this match, so it's gonna be interesting to see how Dap Me Up are going to be able to counter the playstyle and gameplay, and how Waldo decides to go and play against Dap Me Up.
And I think it will be interesting. I mean, you talked about Damia, but we've seen them, right? We've seen them on stream already. They've been winning. They play that defensive style, and they're comfortable at 0-0, which I think is a really good thing to have as a Rocket League player. Just that extra patience to say, we know our counterattack will strike at some point. We'll hold our defense. We'll hold our communication. But you mentioned Waldo's Diablo. They have only lost one game out of all of the games they've played today. Only dropped one.
And that's crazy to see. Who did they drop it to? That's what I'm wondering. For them just to go all the way, who challenged them? It could be a team that we could see in the grand final, or maybe this team. Could this be a rematch, a preview of the grand final? Especially because before going down to these lower brackets, which is actually happening really, really quickly. These guys are fit and they're ready to go in and play their game.
I'm excited. I think it is going to be a really good one. And, they did lose that one game to Money Getters. So we'll maybe see them a little bit later. Like you said, that'd be interesting. Could see a rematch if you lose a little bit early, could run all the way back to it. But I think it'll be a fun one. It'll be an interesting one. And it's a best of 5. So we get to expand that series length a little bit longer.
Oh, yeah. It's big to see. It's going to be very hard to be able to counter against a team like Waldo's Diablo. And for these guys that are about to join the lobby, I'm trying to figure out what we need to see from Dap Me Up just for them to be able to potentially complete an upset against Waldo's Diablo 4. And the orange, of course, is going to be Waldo's Diablo 4, and the blue is going to be Dap Me Up here on Frost Esports Mainstream.
Here we go, starting in game 1 of the best of 5. Gotta win 3 to move yourself to the grand final. A chance, a guaranteed chance to play for that title and that game advantage. So much on the line here. Waldo's Diablo, like you said, high flying offense. Dab Me Up. They got a hard hitting defense. We'll see how they collide.
Yeah, it's going to be so hard as well to go up against a team like Dap Me Up. It's going to be a big challenge for Waldo's Diablo 4, but they are coming in as favorites. It's a big wolf in the back line. They need to keep this stuff up, of course. Here's Turret. Kind of faked out Hezi there, which is very interesting to see. Eris easily reaches the ball, but that's the only touches he's going to get. Inflow. Hezi pass back down to Eris. Can't put it on target. That's a great cutoff by Turret, and it's going to float in the back of the net. 1-0 for Dap Me Up.
Counterattack once again strikes here from Dab Me Up as they just read Hezi's pass perfectly. It's a 2v0 on the back line. Can't even find anything. So absolutely awesome from Dab Me Up. And you talk about it. That's even more of an improvement. The last 2 games we saw of them, they played defense. The counterattack didn't strike until the last minute. And now striking in the first minute, they already have the lead.
The funny thing is about that too, is that they didn't even need to play that much defense going into it. All they have to do is beat the opponent and just get the ball over the top of their head. That's the exact same thing that they did in the last match, was just letting the opponent overcommit and then letting them stretch out, get that one clear over the head. Oh, that's an unfortunate own goal. It's Frosty that just forced it on target. The opponent didn't read the shot coming. It's an own goal, 2-0.
Now, what car control midair. Frosty, love to see that. And reading the player is going to go that direction. That is massive. Now, by the way, they've scored as many goals combined as they scored in the entirety of the last series. And it's already come in the first minute and 15 seconds.
And the funny thing is a lot. It's just that Diablo, they haven't really tried to control the game. Dap Me Up has just been kind of playing the way that they wanted to, and they're letting Diablo just make the mistakes that they have been making. And it shouldn't be many mistakes. It is kind of doing these little fakes that are going low. They're letting them overcommit. Fast past one, but it's a big 50 by Imploff that gets it to go the other way.
And that's the thing too, Dab Me Up, they have these players that can make those plays, that can really get the control up in the air, that they're not just a ground level team. They can go up to the skies. How about some shots from Waldo is going to feel good. Some demos, some blood already getting out on the field here. Hezi trying to do some defense, but Frosty doing so much, but will lose the car for it.
Harris. One-on-one! Oh, he beat Frosty! But the reaction time's even better. And that's the thing in Rocket League. That's why they value reaction. That's why they value age so much in Rocket League, because apparently the reaction time kind of declines the older you get, apparently. And that's why you see a lot of these young rising stars and them being favored over some of the older guys, which I feel like in this esport is just not the right thing to do sometimes. You're playing good. And that's exactly what happened right there. The reaction time by Frosty kept this team in the game.
And Dab Me Up definitely playing good. Half this game still left to play, though. There is time if Waldos can maybe find that offense. Again, this is just the first game of the series, so maybe they spent that first 3 minutes figuring out the opposing team, but Fast figures them out first and will score the third.
Oh, and Fast just has a big redirect downfield, caught off Hezi, and I think he could have had a touch. He did get a touch, but it's not the one that he wanted. And it's into the top left corner either way. It's going to be 3-0 in the favor of Dap Me Up, and they're going to put themselves up on top 3-1 in game number 1. It's going to be very close to see, but they have definitely controlled, and they haven't controlled the pace of the game. They've just been playing their game.
They've been playing their game. They've been doing everything they want. Eris with the shot there will get sent wide. Impo, 2 shots as well. It's not like they haven't been getting opportunities. It's just that, again, Dab Me Up, their counterattack, like you said, they are playing exactly like they want. Lockdown defense right into those offensive series. And how about the linebacker right to Frosty with an open net?
What on earth has happened here? Oh, it's just a complete mistouch. And it's just gone in. That is unfortunate to see. Of course, Frosty credited for the goal. You just can't let those types of things going in. Diablo, what's happening here?
Couple goals slipped by here. Still a minute 30, though. Can't give up just yet. And, you know, if nothing else, this is only the first game of the series. Still an opportunity to build yourself some momentum that you can carry into the next game. But, you know, Dab Me Up, they are still playing their type of Rocket League. Still getting those entrances to the offensive zone that they would like. Eris midair will get denied and get red and has to get back for some boost.
Yeah, and that's a miscommit. It still works out in the favor because it just bounced it right back out mid. He just realized to stay in the air. Eris said, just hit the ball, leave it alone, and I've got it. Top right corner.
Beautiful, threads it through a couple of defenders here. 1 goal now for Waldo. Took them about 4 minutes to do so, but now they got this final minute to cook up. But off the cook-off, Dab Me Up, already putting Heater on board. Eris trying to set up the team. I feel like that's what they've been trying to do all of this first game, is get them involved, get that passing as well. For Impo and company, though, they gotta, you know, make sure their defense and their rotations are solid too to get that into the zone. How about some aerial plays?
Oh, that's a nice play, but it's going to be taken off the back line by Frosty. Eris, a pre-jump coming by Impo! Oh!
What a communication guideline right there. Impo, Eris setting each other up. Nice shot as well to finish it. Waldo's the second goal. I mean, Melly, this is possible. 30 seconds. That's time.
We're going to see. A lot has to work out, and that's the last thing you want, to give Frosty the ball. That's a beautiful 50 by Hezi. This is who you want to have the ball. Past 1. Hezi can't shoot. Keeps the possession in, but there's not going to be any shots coming in. Eris had to try to cut it off. He couldn't. Open net for Turt, and it's going to be 5-2.
Yeah, talk about a passing textbook. How about Frosty to Turt here, right over a player in midfield, and not enough boost to save it back on the back end. Dab Me Up are going to solidify that 3-goal lead, and you know, that's probably enough. 16 seconds, Waldo. Still maybe some time to get it done, but some good defense here at the end from Dab Me Up.
The touch that he wanted on the back line, and of course, the moment that demo came through on the last sequence of plays, and he's going to be spawning all the way back. There's no point to stay in the play. You have to do your best to try to cut it off, and that's not going to happen because There's already too much happening in the play. You have to find a way to keep an even amount of pressure. They weren't able to do that, and it's going to be Tap Me Up 1-0 in this best of 5 series.
They'll take the first game, like you said. Still a lot, possibly more games to play down the road for this one, but I think that game got really spicy overall. You know, we talk about the beginning where Dab Me Up really was controlling the flow. They were saying, we'll play some defense, we'll read you out pretty much perfectly every time, and then get those beautiful counterattacks. But near the end, Diablo, their offense was looking scary.
Oh yeah, and it's just it's good. It's really really nice. Diablo's offense, it's there, but just like the last the first series that we saw, um we just couldn't. Tap Me Up was just too good on defense. It was too good. They played their game. They kind of controlled their own pace. They were able to slow it down, connect with the passes, and just 50 the opponent. That's what they did. It's as simple as that. It's like NRG from RLCSX. They were 50ing the opponent. What can they do to stop it? Apparently nothing.
Apparently nothing, but now's the time where we talk about how this extension of the series might help them, because we talked about it before that the other teams, they couldn't get heated up to the point where their offense could get past Dab Me Up, but now's the opportunity for Diablo. You're in a best of 5 where you just in the back half of that game scored 3 goals, so this next game, I'm a little bit worried for Dab Me Up. I think they got to come out swinging once again and try to retake that lead. Here we go, though.
Game number 1, I mean, actually, it was a very dominant game number 1 in the favor of Dap Me Up. They just kind of want to play their game, and we'll see if they can. Ares just bangs it all the way down into the top right corner in the back line, but Hezi down to Ares, who pre-jumped it again. Those are the passing plays that we saw trying to connect in the last game, and in game number 2, they make it work.
And how about a statement goal here? 18 seconds in for Waldo's Diablo to retake this lead. It is back to theirs now. And yeah, Dab Me Up, they're going to have to play from a deficit to start this game.
Oh, it's an open net. It's 1-1. And just like that, Dab Me Up off the kickoff goal. Tied up again.
Off mistakes from both squads here, both teams pulling some passing plays, and I think as the scriptwriters wanted, they say, okay, each you can have a goal, each you can get comfortable, we'll get back to the standstill, we'll get back to even here.
Yeah, and they kind of like being like that. They want to have the reset mental. Ares found that he had an opportunity for a shot. The ball's kind of got a little bit of past him. Oh, he's beat the opponent. That's all he had to do. That's all they have done the entire series was beat the opponent to the ball, and he beat him by a mile.
Beaten by a little bit along of distance here as we had a third goal in just about the first 30 seconds here. Quiet to start the previous game. Now both these teams really swinging on home. Dab Me Up, though, they wanted to retake the lead. Now 2 unanswered goals here, but we know these goals off a kickoff have been coming fast, so we'll see if maybe there's another to the post. That one not going in.
Here's Ares. Got a decent amount of boost, just forces it into the left corner. Saw that he was running out of boost and had to get rid of the ball. He knew that the opponent was not in a good position to keep it going. Frosty wanted the hard angle double tap. Couldn't find it. Ares couldn't get the ball out their half. Implo. A little bit dangerous here. He's got some boost to work with. Pass down to Ares. Back to Implo, who doinks it up on the wall. Can't continue. He's on top of his teammate Ares, who couldn't get there in time. Still just forces it downfield. Frosty, a big 50. Had he beat the opponent, he would have scored. But instead, it's going to be offensive pressure on the side of Tap Me Up.
Some offensive pressure, that's what they would love to work off of, but Waldo's, they're going to try and get some passing to get it cleared out. Unfortunately, the communication a little bit off. That means Turt can get into the back line and try and get this out of the corner where the teammates will recover. Frosty and company, the cavalry is here, but Hesse going to cut them off with their horses right now, driving the other way and into their own corner. Some back and forth ping pong after that first set of early goals.
Implo. Past one. Oh, he's got Ares. He couldn't kind of just angle it back down. He didn't have the boost. He wasn't even able to get it down to Ares. Hezi, not the best first touch. He does get it around too. Implo is going to get beat to the ball by Turt. Frosty just has to beat Implo, but he gets a nice 50 off the top of his car. Just front flips into the ball. Right back out. Easy opportunity. Just gets it right straight down. It's a nice backboard read by Frosty. Hezi waits for it. Just gets it over to Implo. He's going to be waiting on the wall, but he can't get there in time. Just has to get another 50. Air's in the air. 2 half committed. Frosty pops it up. Can't get back to the ball in time. He's still with it. How is he still with the ball? How on earth has he done that?
Frosty's got to have like magnets in the wheels or something. I don't know, but like you said, 3 players, and nonetheless, it's a solo play, solo bolo. Frosty finds the 3rd goal for Dab Me Up, and coming after 2 minutes of silence from both teams, that has got to feel good.
Oh, Frosty got bumped off the ball too, recovered, and got the 3rd touch over the opponent. That's the type of stuff you see in rlcs, and with that type of card control, that's unbelievable. Turn off the backboard, the follow not going to be there, and he gets cleared right back out, open net, and Hezzy scores.
Yeah, a little bit of overcommitment here from the Dab Me Up boys, but, you know, I would think that there was a counterattack off of that play as well, but Turt was looking for the secondary touch, so both teams wanting it to go their way, and it will be Waldo's Diablo that gets it to go their way, so that 2nd goal will mean the goal deficit now back to 1. 2 minutes left to play, that's still a lot of time on the clock.
And one of the big reasons why Dab Me Up got scored on there was because Frosty kind of flipped during the play. He flipped that 2nd man, and it kind of hard committed him far into the play. Had he not and just kept himself grounded, he wouldn't have used the boost to get that speed flip and go supersonic. There's not much to do that. Not going to be accomplished. Ares has accomplished the 2-goal comeback.
Yeah, Eris Hezzy this time. What a flip reset, I gotta say. Yeah, bumps into it. Frosty, unfortunately, pushing the ball and the player on into the goal. All tied back up and 2 minutes left to play.
Impo beats Frosty. Turt leaves it for Frosty. He has to use some boost to leave it as well. Of course, Frosty underneath the opponent. He read it coming, but he's still right back. Frost fast. Not going to be able to commit for that. Eris controls it. Turret, that's a nice 50 over to the other side of the pitch. Hezzy kind of just forces it into the corner. Didn't really have to control it. Pass right back to Implo off the corner. Nobody's there. They're trying to connect with each other. They're trying to find each other. But of course, with that play style that they have, we just kind of boom the ball.
Well, down here, approaching about 1 minute and 15 left to go in this match number 2. Obviously, yeah, still equalized scoreline, so definitely tension still high. Dab Me Up still sitting on that 1-game advantage right now, so got to feel good about that, and their offense as well starting to get some pressure, but immediately cut down Impo. The play is there, but Red nicely sitting on the goal line for a long time, but Waldo's looking for a secondary opportunity off of the backboard, going crazy, lots of shots, but nothing to the back of the net.
Frosty, not the best touch, but of course he had only minimal boost to do it with. Had to give it away. That's just been the kind of the pace of the series. It has been booming the ball away. Has he tried to get the stall reset? Oh, improv open net. Frosty, the defensive MVP so far, keeps it out.
Frosty doing such a good job, but right now it's down to these last 30 seconds between these two teams. A goal could mean not overtime, and Waldo's they are looking to challenge for once again. Eris will pick up a demo on the outside of the rotation, cutting down Frosty. They have to hit the respawn, and it looks like Waldo's going back on the attack. Another good save from Frosty, a secondary offense. Waldo's trying to score before it hits this 0-0 marker, and as it does hit this 0-0 marker, if it touches the ground, we're going to OT. Or
he's still going.
Right here, Frosty, the boost control is there, but it's off in the corner.
Hezzy, he's keeping it up, but they let it touch the ground. Overtime in game number 3. What? 2? It's 2. Okay. It's been very, very interesting. The game reset just completely got to me. And overtime, in tie. You kind of have to reset like it's a 0-0 score mark and just kind of make things work. It bounces straight down. It's a beautiful backboard read by Turt, but instead, Implo, open net, taken away by Frosty. He could have placed it anyway, or he even could have controlled it. Instead, decided to go for the hard shot, but instead, that's a nice double by Eris at the corner and tries to get it right back out into the blue half.
Like you said, reset the scorelines down to 0. Golden
Oh!
goal opportunity. Open net, unable to find it. How about the passing play? No way. Fast, a beautiful save. Once again, the defense of Dabby Up keeping them in this game number 2. Over 45 seconds of extra time. We will go as long as we need to. And Dabby Up with their counterattack are looking for something fast. Maybe through the midfield will get denied.
Oh, heavens me. That was... Oh, and that's going to end it. That was a nice sequence of plays, I was going to say. And the strike and the comeback. Right back. They were down by 2, but they tie up the series here.
Gotta say, Impo, what a touch off of the ceiling. And at the end of the day, it is going to be Waldo's Diablo 4. They are taking game number 2. They're going to completely tie up this series. We're 1-1 now. We can kind of call it a best of 3. Still got to win 2 more to advance yourself. And I got to say, both teams looked really, really good in that game. Frosty, so many crucial saves, but the passing of Waldo's Diablo just looked better than ever.
Waldo's Diablo have just been able to make things work, and I'll tell you what, it's just been beautiful gaming. Just been beautiful the way they've been able to mix together. But of course, their style of gameplay conflicts with a lot of different things. Just booming it downfield, dab me up, have got caught out so many times on places where I do not think they should be vulnerable in, and they've been caught out, and it's just been comeback goal. It's been over the head goal, over commit. That's the type of stuff that they were doing to Waldo's Diablo in previous games, but instead, Waldo's Diablo were able to control the pace of the game and make things work in their favor.
And talk about getting caught out. Chat has us caught out. We need to do a posture check, make sure it caught it from a little bit back before the break. But your posture feeling good, ready for this game 3, Millie?
Oh, you're right. Okay, you know I am, and it's gonna be hard. It's what is it? The best 5. This is a super. It's a super big 2, almost an overcommit, but Impo gets right back to the ball.
Shot gonna start it off. Impo going to get back to the ball. Will find it here. The first goal, 18 seconds in, unassisted.
That was a beautiful play. Impo just had to beat one off the corner, recognized the play in the open shot, thought that there was a defender that was supposed to come and challenge him. He had to play the miss back anyway, and got the shot on target. Open net for Impo, but Frosty gets back in time.
In just enough time though. 30 seconds gone. This is where we had 3 goals by this time in that second game, but nothing of the sorts this game. Early once again lead from Waldo's Diablo. We'll see how Dabby Up, they were able to respond last game, but this game it is going to be ever important. Again, this is game number 3. This is the game that decides who is going to be getting on towards that match point, which both these teams really want to get in that grand finals right in sight. But as Dabby Up sets up for some offense, it looks like Harris is going to cut that offense short.
Here we go again. It's very, very close gameplay again. You need to find a way to kind of break the deadlock on the back end. Here we go. Turt, past 1. Trying to get past the second. It's an open net. Had to flip it past 2. Fast had hard committed for the ball, and Frosty has to take his time.
Take a little bit of time off here in the corner as that first minute gone and dusted here. Hezzy, though, off in the corner for Waldo's. Trying to just drive this one to the net. Doesn't get the bump, but it doesn't matter because the team is there. Impo will get the next goal on the board for Waldo's.
That's a beautiful dunk again. Frosty just kind of miscontrolled on the back line. It was in a very awkward situation. There's not much you could have really done there. There are a couple of things that you can improve on. But of course, it's very, very hard to do. But of course, 2-0.
2-0 here. Waldo's a nice little lead that they have built up for themselves, but damn me up, they would love to take a wrecking ball right to that lead, destroy it for themselves. Is Turk gonna look for some aerial pressure, maybe the aerial play? Red once again, and it does seem like Waldo's, the first couple games they were unable to block out those aerial plays, but now it seems like the defense has really been able to just read them super well.
Yeah, it's just been trying to keep yourself just kind of mentally in it as well. Frosty, oh my goodness, what have you done there? That's very dangerous. You almost also dunked your own teammate into an own goal. But you gotta remain composed in this 2-0 game. If you're down 2-0 on the blue half, you just have to kind of play your game. Go back to the fundamentals. What was making you win in the first couple of games of the tournament? Go right back to that, because a lot of these teams are just not that much different.
Back to those fundamentals here, and you still got time to do so. Again, 2-goal lead. Yeah, it's tough to come back from, but there definitely is that time. 2.5 minutes to be exact. As half this game left to go. Waldo's still looking. The backline demos look so good, but maybe an overcommit, a slow rolling ball. It hits the post, and the secondary touch from Turret won't be able to find it. How about Frosty with the third touch to finish it?
That's great by this team. Turret kind of started in the midfield. Frosty realized no one was there to get the follow-up. And off that 50 by Turret kind of set the defender going which ways. 2 defenders being caught getting boosts. And on the other side of the field, all he had to do was put it in the back of the net and just be there. A double tap, the fake, the 50 by Ares, who was able to read it brilliantly off the backboard.
Reads it nice and cleanly. Done with Book. Now on to the next. That Book being the final 2 minutes of this game. Number 3, Aris. What a little touch to end off that play. Again, the communication and passing is sublime.
That's beautiful redirect by Ares. Putting it in as a nice little soft underneath flip. And all he's got to do is just put it in the back of the net. Does exactly that. And there's not much you can do there as a defender. Or Turch kind of faked out. Hesitates to give himself space there. But he gets bumped off the play. Well, one-on-one will not work in the favor of Ares as Fast takes it away.
Nonetheless, though, a good response goal here from Waldo's, regaining that lead up to 2. Impo a little bit dangerous on that touch. At least gets it towards their backboard. For right now, though, Harrison Company, they're doing some back pass, and they're making sure to keep that possession in their own hands. Frosty, though, how about a backboard touch, slamming it home?
And that's just a complete mistouch. Frosty with a beautiful backboard read off the ceiling was able to get right back to the ball off the reset and makes it 2-3.
Huge answers from Damiup. Definitely a possibility to come back in this game number 3, but right now some demos off a kickoff. Impo winning a 1v1. How about that?
It's just another kickoff goal. It was a Spanish. One dead, and the other just completely responds again. Fast could not do a thing about it.
Couldn't do a thing, and now Waldo, they got that 2-goal lead built right back up. It seems like every time a support is cut down from their house, they got a brand new one sitting right back in the shed. Fast, though, looking for the play. How about that? They say you demo. No, we demo.
That's a great play. Fast just controlling, the other one going right in front for the demo, and that's beautiful by Fast. Removing Hesse from the play, and Eris wasn't back in time, and I think Fast really recognized that. That's all he really had to do, but how does Damiup respond?
Of quick goals here, back to back, but only 1 minute remaining, and still that 1-goal deficit. Waldo's, they would love to add another. They would love to continue this lead, but right now, again, defense is the key. It looks like Damiup, they got a lot of good locks right now on that defense. We'll see if they can clear it out, because again, the more time Waldo's spend down in this offensive zone, the less time the Damiup have, but those options available up in the air, almost a goal there.
My word. This is unbelievable. This is super close. Fast. Just bangs it downfield. They need to keep this one in their favor. Oh, the follow saved. Hezzy, the defensive MVP.
Is he able to find that save? Now Damiup, just 15 seconds left on the clock. They'll try and set it up off of the corner, off of everything, off the backboard. The players just not able to find it. So many good reads coming out from Waldo's. Now under 5 seconds. It's got to be a 0-second play. They're going to have to keep it up off the ground. Frosty going to start at half field. No, the boost control. Oh! No! Blocked out perfectly. Turret looked they could have also had a pass there, but that read, I mean, Waldo's Diablo 4 will hold on for this third game.
Unbelievable. Waldo, hold on a very, very hard match. Game number 4, my friend, is going to be something. And what a game we've just witnessed right now.
Now, what a game there. Absolutely beautiful one. And I got to say, both teams, they're still fighting. They are still looking for that spot in the grand finals, which we haven't decided yet. Again, the series is not over. Waldo's will add another towards their side, no, now holding that series advantage 2-1. But I really got to say, Hezi really doing a good job. Although no goals on the board, has 2 assists. And I feel like the passes has just really what has been Waldo's Diablo key sauce in their ingredient.
I mean, yeah, they have to just keep it, right? They have to keep what they're doing right. They're just gonna just trying to outplay the opponent simply. It's similar to dab me up or trying to do, but in a completely different way. No boost for Turd. Kind of takes the ball out of play on offense side. That's really not going to accomplish anything in their favor. And since game number 2, when Dab me up dropped that 2-goal lead, it's just been a downhill kind of sentence from there.
It's been a little bit downhill here, but nonetheless, they have another opportunity to recover it and possibly force a game number 5, which is, our dreams. I wouldn't say it's the players' dreams. Add a little bit of tension on the shoulders, but up here in the booth, we're a little bit selfish. I'd love a game 5.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, just for the hype and everything. Can we get a goal, please? Let's get this stuff going. Raise the rooftops, people. And imagine the comms right now on the side of Diablo. It's kind of feeling it's an open net. Frosty! Now where are the comms? Go electric. Raise the roof off.
Yeah, and Fast is putting a good pass as well. It just kind of beats the defender off the wall. Info, really no boost to make the play work. And Frosty, I feel like we cannot praise enough. Not only we've talked about their defensive prowess and that the fact that they've been able to save goals that, could have given over that first or other games or made the leads even more massive. And on the offense, the control is pretty insane.
And it is. Oh, Hezi! Oh, save! The post has acted as the third man, quite illegally, might I add. That's unbelievable. Hezi got the stall reset flip, couldn't put it in, but here he is again. Ares avenges his teammate, but Turret has a big routine save to the top left corner.
Nice big save here. Minute 30 gone. And again, not really as explosive as the other 3 games in the series just yet. But we've had those points where they kind of go back and forth. So 1 goal definitely not going to be enough here for Dab Me Up if they want to win this game. Again, they win this game, they could tie up the series and force a game 5. But Hezi and company, if they have anything to say about it, they're going to try and add their own. A double commit in the air will leave it nice and wide open for Info.
And again, that's just 3 players working. Double bump right back out of the way, and Ares removes Turd off of the pitch, and it's 1-1.
1-1 and good from Waldo's, I gotta say. It seems like, again, every time Dab Me Up has a goal, there's an answer. There's something for them to work off of. And now with 3 minutes left to go here, Ares looking for the solo play. Won't get it there. And that third player won't be able to rotate on in. So some good defense, but Me Up does have to be a little bit careful. That, I think, again, has been Waldo Diablo 4, has been their key ingredient to their entire offense. It's just been their passing, really good overall. Hezi on the defense will make a nice save, though.
A nice clear downfield. Turd does end up turning in, though. Frosty, what can he do? Drops it low. Hezi downfield. Ares does not have the boost to jump for it, but it's easy for Implov. He just kind of gives possession right back. Fast has turned in the right wall. Fast wants to go by himself, just trying to turn it underground. Ares has got a lot of boost and a decent amount of space. Completely scuffs his first touch on the aerial. And that may come back to bite his team, but Hezi clears it out only as far as Fast. And we'll see if Dab Me Up are able to complete what they've been trying to do all game and score a second.
They've been trying to do that, and right now still at that 1-1 standstill. Waldo's Diablo, again, they have the grand finals in their sight lines, but might need glasses if Dab Me Up can punch him in the mouth right here. We will see. It's, again, still 2 minutes left to go. Still that tied scoreline makes it ever exciting as these seconds do close down. Hezi, though, is going to try and get some pressure off of the air. Gets the bump onto Fast as well. So the Dab Me Up teammates have to try and recover the pieces of that play.
Frosty just to get the ball out. He had no boost. He had no teammates back. It was just only him. What's happened on the defensive line? Frost feed pass one. He knows it's going straight down. Had to make that read. Hezi pops it over to Hurt, who's got an easy backboard read. Frost, for some reason, had already pre-jumped his backboard read and has to recover and just force it downfield with the 50. He's already pre-jumped off the ceiling. Open up! No one's there, and it was open for a split second when Hezi was flat-footed on the back line.
Yeah, open for a second, but not enough, unfortunately, for the teammates to get that rotate in. Some demos are going to leave fast off the court for just a little bit of a second. They will get that respawn, but we got car parts all over the field. Demos left and right, and a perfect centering pass. Fast finds the second.
This is a learning experience. This is why you do not leave the midfield open. They even Aries tried to cut off the midfield pass. They've been trying to do this the entire series long. They finally find a hole, and they open it up with the defender wreaking havoc on the defense.
Mobbed and bucketed, but now with 45 seconds left, still only a 1-goal lead for Dab Me Up. That defense has got to be sharp as a knife here. Waldo's Diablo still has those high-flying players to try and get that counter goal, to try and force that overtime. How about up into the air? How about Impo? A waterfall down. No one's drinking today, though, as Waldo got to get back for some of that boost. Dab Me Up now 20 seconds to hold on. Still on defense here.
So down fast. Oh, it's not a good clear. Turt is forced to go. Frost is going to have the boost and the ball, but not a lot of time on it. An immediate challenge. One more. Just 10 seconds, 5 seconds, and game number 5 is here. It's a big clear. Turt lets it drop down to the ground, and Fast puts it in for luck going in to game number 5.
Yeah, they'll find an open net right at the end of the game. What a comeback, though, from Dab Me Up. And I gotta say, they are taking game number 4. It has got to feel good. We are going to a game number 5 to decide who is our first team to go to the grand finals.
Oh, and Dab Me Up, they did so well, too. They just kind of tried to play their game. Just like I said, they kind of went back to the basics, went back to the fundamentals, saw what was working, and they were able to take a couple of time between game 3 and game 4 to revise and talk. I'm sure there's a coach in there somewhere kind of keeping their mental up, and a team captain doing the exact same, and they did brilliantly in game number 4.
I also got to say, Milliken, 3 shots, 3 goals, 100% across the board.
They do that!
They're feeling good. I mean, every shot connects, you know, of course. And on the other side, like you said, they're holding their defense. 11 shots on the other side, only 1 goal.
And the funny thing is, you have 3 shots only in this high-ranked gameplay, and you win the game? What? How on earth has that happened? I think they just played. They just played Rocket League the way it's supposed to be played. And they did very, very correctly. If the entire of North America could do that, we'll be very, very good in RLCS against EU. Of course, that's never going to happen, unfortunately. But, oh, well, you can only hope.
Can only hope. Well, our hopes have come true here with this game number 5. Some early offense from both sides, and I think, like you said, it's important that Dab Me Up, they get back to their game here. Coming off a win, going into game 5 does feel good, but can they keep up that momentum and find those counter goals they have been finding all tournament long? Right now, Fast and company trying to set up.
Oh, it's an open net for Turk. As Fast has kind of left it in the midfield. The defender is scrambling all around, and it's 1-0.
Now 1-0 here. Like you said, the defenders not able to find their footing here. That means Dab Me Up with an early lead. I mean, you got to feel good off of the momentum off of last game. It is going really good right now, but still so much time on the clock. And Eris up into the air, won't find the back of the net this time.
And off that kickoff, I think it was Turt and Fast that had like a guaranteed fireburner moment, and in the corner kind of bumping themselves. Oh, Frosty is forced it on Turt. That's a crazy team pinch. What do they call it? They call it the power of friendship. But it works in their favor, and they try to make it work. Oh, no one's there for the pass. There's no one's there to receive the pass down the pitch. But we'll see what kind of happens, as Hez is going to have a lot of time to clear this out.
A lot of time here, but how about a demo? It doesn't even matter. Some good backline players from Dab Me Up will be able to respawn to that one and and their counterattack is dangerous. If they can get just one player out of position, usually they can find that goal. Frosty looking for a pickpocket at midfield. Unfortunately, the pockets get refilled as Waldo's Diablo get reset in their offensive zone. Off into the corner, nothing there. Across the side wall, and they might have to rotate back to pick up some boost.
Fast, big 50 out. Implo, not let a boost in the tank to work with this one. This has to force it out. Hezzy has got an easy competition, but Frosty does not make it very easy for him on the back line. Again, pass in the middle, open shot, but it's going to be taken away. He could have placed it anywhere. He had to place it behind Fast, but instead, it's right back out. Turt, not the touch he wanted. He gave it away to a 71 boost. Eris has got a flip reset. Uses the flip. Where's the pass? Where's his teammate? There he is! But Turt on the back line remains composed.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if Waldo has these insane aerial passing plays. Dab Me Up is reading them beautifully. Their defense is still just holding that lockjaw play. So right now, Waldo's not able to find it. That 1-goal lead holding strong. This is the Dab Me Up motto. This is what they are going to stay at, is just play the defense. Look for those counterattacks here. As Waldo, they just try to get something going. Goal line touch. Impo will find it.
That was unbelievable. Hezzy, past one, gets it over two, trot in the two defenders, and all was left was an open net.
And I believe Waldo's Diablo, they're going to start to change this, attacking composition. They instead, Dab Me Up says, we'll just play defense. We'll wait to get that counterattack. And Waldo's is saying, okay, then we'll just starve you out of boost. We'll play that high line, and we'll go for these aggressive touches. And that first goal is really good, but you're going to need at least one more.
Fast, has to control it, and that's exactly correct. You need to find a way to break this 1-1 deadlock. You don't want to let it go back into overtime if you're both of these two teams. You need to have it go out fast. An opportunity gets completely 50'd out of the world. But Frost has got a little bit of time trying to make this one back. Oh, it's going to be a pass right back to Frosty. Not the pass that he wanted. He can't make contact. That had to be it, but it wasn't.
Wasn't there, but it is still there. It is still that 1-1 scoreline. Like you said, gonna have to be broken eventually. Might go to overtime. That would be kind of exciting for this game number 5. But for right now, off of the corner as Waldo's, they try to keep this offense going, try to get something on the Dab Me Up backline. But look at this, Frosty with a nice steal on out. Unfortunately, unable to beat the double commit, but it's going to be the entrance to the zone. Unfortunately, not. It's a pass right to the back line. How about that shot? Frosty, what a hairline save.
Oh, it was kept up with his pixels. The counter works as he makes it 2-1.
And just pressure and offense here from Waldo. Hezzy will find the second goal for them. Man, what an exciting game number 5. What a goal to have to regain the lead, to break the deadlock. But 50 seconds left. Dab Me Up. Show us what you got.
Frosty, double, can't connect. Turn, it's in. Wait, it's not. Unbelievable. The defense does not want to let up today. That's crazy.
Letting up here, but the offense not either wanting to let up. 30 seconds left, half of a minute to go here. Dab Me Up, they're going to try and find something. How about off the backboard? Frosty looking for the waterfall down. Eris says, no, we're not letting that happen. Not going to give you any of those aerial chances. And now is where we need to see Dab Me Up's offense, not this defense, not waiting for a counterattack. Might have to wait with one more in the net because Info will find the third.
That is impossible. The sequence of events that's happened in the last about 50 seconds, from the goal to the goal line save, and now to this, to extend the lead to 2. A miracle would have to take for Waldo's Diablo to drop this 2-goal lead.
Yeah, it really would have to be. It looks like the time is going to tick down here, and with that hitting 0, Waldo's Diablo, as soon as this one hits the ground, it will be all but over. They are Frosty, okay, we'll at least get one more goal for the road, but Waldo's Diablo, they're going to be winning this game number 5. They're going to be moving on to the grand finals, winning the series in 3-2 fashion.
That was something else, and I'll tell you, it was a hard game to watch because I feel like both teams had so much potential. They could have done so much with the ball. Sometimes They threw it away, tapped me up. I think that was their series to win. They made a couple mistakes on the back line, and I think Waldo Diablo 4 just kind of outplayed them. They did their game, and they showed why they're the higher ranked team, but really, it was closer than it looked.
It was really close. I mean, you talk about almost every single game being within one or two goals. Really felt like such a close series. And although, yes, Waldo's, they'll be moving on towards that grand finals with that game advantage, awaiting their opponent for that best of seven series. And we got to talk about Dab Me Up. There is an opportunity still for them to make it back right there. They're not done in the tournament. They will drop to that lower bracket final, which will be the next game we stream. It's a best of three, and Ardent and Nightblood Gaming are playing right now to see who plays them.
It's going to be such a hard match again. Like it's again, Nightblood Gaming. It's going to be so close. And I said earlier, this could be a replay or a preview of the grand finals. I really do think, I really, really do think this could be a grand finals match. But we'll see if Dap Me Up is able to once again overcome Corntie and the boys in Nightblood Gaming, or if it's going to be right back to Dap Me Up and Waldo Diablo for a best of seven grand final preview.
Hey, what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? I have an open invitation, but you're telling me go get lost. I don't wanna see your face. Yeah, what the hell? So why don't we stay out till the morning light? Cause two wrongs can make a right. We're just doing what we feeling right now. Some Chardonnay, we camp in the parking lot. Leave traces of plastic cups. We're just doing what we feeling right now. So what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? Always waiting for the one, but I got news for you. I'm the best that you can get, so what the hell? Yeah, what the hell? So what the So what the hell? What are you waiting for now? And what the hell? You're pretending that you like somebody else. Like you got boys waiting in line to take you home. But tell the truth, you'll spend the night alone. Let's be alone. So why don't we stay out till the morning light? Cause two wrongs can make a right. We're just doing what we feeling right now. So what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? Always waiting for the one, but I got news for you. I'm the best that you can get, so what the hell? Yeah, what the hell? Are you waiting for the hell?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Frost Esports. Still here with our 93rd Blizzard edition of our weekly Rocket League tournament. We're taking a look at our bracket before we get into this matchup. We got two more series on stream, the first of which being the lower bracket finals. No more second chances after this game. It is Dab Me Up versus Nightblood Gaming in a best of three.
And you kind of take just a look at what these two teams had to kind of go through. Both of them thrived through the upper bracket. Dab Me Up lost to Nightblood Gaming earlier, but of course it was a little bit more neutral when Waldo Diablo the Fourth kind of lost, of course, to on the vice versa. They lost. They ended up losing to or winning to Dab Me Up, and Dab Me Up got swept down to lower bracket in a very close and a little more for the undecisive game number 5. It was close, but it needed to deliver. We have to get these matches to deliver. And it was such a close match as well.
A lot of close matches. This one already did technically happen. We have already seen the series a little bit of a rematch between the two, but yeah, a couple of player issues. Some sharks were eating the cord, so we're investigating that thoroughly, making sure all the PCs are ready and willing to go, and then we'll get those players into fight for this one. But yeah, like you said, I think it's going to be another close one, and for Demi Up, it'll be interesting to see because if you remember back to the previous series, they had only 2 goals in 2 games, but it was enough to win the series into a fashion. So.
Oh yeah, it was. I don't know how to do it. Like this keeping the controlled pace of the game has essentially been what working, just trying to outplay the other team, but also playing their game, working on beating the opponent. They weren't trying to play faster, but they were beating the opponent to the ball by a significant margin and just completely dusting them, coming to the right angles on the 50s, were able to look for each other downfield and setting themselves up off the backboard, off the wall, and just keeping themselves in good positions and not making themselves awkward in rotation.
Yeah, and I gotta say, we gotta really look at Frosty. That's the player I feel like is going to be the game changer, whether that be offense, defense. Not only Frosty was really good on the reads on defense, I feel like you were saying again, they were just getting to the ball first, was getting there with a little bit faster reaction time, but has that aerial prowess to just say, okay, I'm gonna take the ball from my end to your end and still find a way to score it.
It was such an unbelievable game as well. But the next couple of games as well is going to have to be very, very interesting. They have to figure out a way how to counter against Dap Me Up because Nightblood Gaming the last time that they played had the superior amount of pressure on the pitch. They had I think in that series, in the 2-game series, a total like 12 or 13 shots compared to Dap Me Up's maybe 4 shots the entire series. And Dap Me Up were still able to win just because of their fundamentally solid base gameplay, able to kind of grind things out in the trenches and play the game the way it's supposed to be played.
They're playing it very, very well. And for both of these teams, obviously you're playing in the lower bracket final. There is a decent amount of stakes on the line, right? It is a best of 3, but we're talking about a spot in the grand finals, a rematch for one of these teams. But let's get right back into the series.
Yeah, how do you want to start out if you're Nightblood Gaming? I think that's a big question. That's not the way that you want to start out. Already conceding a shot. Yokes trying to demo one downfield, open shot, rebound. Not going to be on target by Corntide. That was a nice opportunity. Nightblood trying to put it right back into play, but instead it's going to be rotating right back out and on to the orange half.
And if the story holds true from these two teams, it will be a little bit of time before that first goal comes. For, again, Dab Me Up again, those only 2 goals in the 2 series, is both of the games being 1-0. But for Nightblood Gaming, there is still that opportunity. If they can score quick, if they can score some of those goals pretty fast back to back here and there, it's definitely a possibility that they can get revenge for that previous series.
And I feel like the hard, aggressive type playstyle that Nightblood Gaming tries to implement may actually fare out better in a 7-game series against Waldo Diablo V. But instead, it's been Dab Me Up that's been able to keep it close in those 2 series. They've just been able to win the game in the trenches, win and just grind things out. They weren't trying to force anything, and I doubt anything's going to change. I don't think they're going to be trying to force anything here in this match.
Don't think so either. A minute already gone on the board. Again, no goals. That's kind of how we expect to go, but some good offense from Nightblood Gaming. But this is kind of the tale they told us last time, where they got a lot of that offense but weren't able to find the back of the net. A shot gonna be double committed and sent wide, but it is enough to at least stop it for Dab Me Up. Those players now is where they go on the aggression, that counter attack. A little bit awkward down the corner for Nightblood Gaming, trying to clear to his turn. Will drive to the net, but no boost to work with.
Corntai with not a lot of boosts to work with. Boost management needs to be worked on now if you're Nightblood Gaming, because you're conceding a lot of these goals. You're conceding a lot of pressure because you have the lack of boost to bang the ball out or even control it out, which is a much better variation than just banging it right back out. Now that's a 1-2 play. Had Corntai not gotten a piece of that ball, he probably would have got scored on the back line, of course, but he's a player to kind of watch out for. Tuzrine and Yokes have been very, very good. The Corntai needs to find a way to make things work.
Definitely needs to do that. About half this game gone. Frosty right off the crossbar. Definitely a dent in that one off of that high-flying shot. Dab Me Up, though, again, their counterattack really getting its worth here. The comfortability so high in their own defensive zone that after we cross after this halfway threshold, they're perfectly okay with this 0-0 marker. They're comfortable with it. And now Frosty trying to make one of those goal plays, sending it up mid-air. This time, though, sent a little wide.
And on that previous sequence, a double tap attempt by Frosty. That's a shot that he has to be hitting 99.99% of the time, except he kind of pulled it a little bit high, trying to place it into the top shelf, avoiding a potential save if a lucky defender comes in the way of that shot. But instead, it's going to remain 1-0, but nice pressure, nice counterattack. Pressure by Nightblood Gaming. They haven't had a decent majority of the ball, but their counterattack gameplay has been good when they have had it.
Counterattack has been really good. Nightblood, though, this offense, again, if Dab Me Up makes a couple of those mistakes, maybe an own goal here or there, definitely Nightblood Gaming could find a way right into this one. But again, it has been the story of these two teams. Dab Me Up with the solid offense. Nightblood Gaming, they've had opportunities, but no shot to find the back of the net. A minute and a half left. This is where Dab Me Up usually finds one of those crazy good counterattack. It might be here.
It's hurt. Leaves it for fast. Not a lot of opportunities to kind of go right back in the way, but of course, Dab Me Up, the reason why they play so good is they play so incredibly good off the ball. They're able to rotate around, maybe get a couple of demos and set their teammates up for opportunities just like that, and just kind of dribble their way past the defense, which is something that both Diablo and Nightblood don't do. They're very both aggressive teams. They like to bang the ball in the half and try to follow it up with shots and try to pressure the opponent on the back line and boost off them and keep the pressure on, just like here. Corntai's got 100 boosts and a potential pass to the midfield. A ceiling shot pass to the midfield, but it's not going to work in his favor.
going to work in their favor as we approach these final 35 seconds on the clock. It's going to be Nightblood Gaming looking for a 1v1. Fast, though, wins the 1v1, and now looking to get that counterattack turret up in the air, looking to maybe set up one of the teammates. A pass backwards, looking beautiful, but just a dump in for now as the teammates pick up some boost as they try to get in the corner, try and delay the time, let those teammates rotate right back around. But Nightblood Gaming good on the clear, and we could
here
be
they
looking
are.
at some OT. It's going to be a mid-air little redirect that won't go anywhere. 5 seconds left, building up here down to the 0-second marker. The counterattack going nowhere. A sliding ball and an overtime.
Oh, that was a nice opportunity by Fast on the quick drift away. He really had an opportunity to score that at 0 seconds, but instead he opted for this quick bang, and it just didn't work in his favor. Oh, Turk gets back on defense. He almost got caught out. The follow shot will go through, and Two's Grind makes it 1-0 in the series.
So anticlimactic. Come on. 14 seconds into overtime after 5 minutes of deadlock. A nice little beautiful shot. Two's Grind finds the one to put the dagger in. Nightblood Gaming, they are going to take this series. And Milliken, we're keeping with the tradition. It's going to be another 1-0 game between these two.
This is the first game Nightblood Gaming have taken against Zap up so far in this tournament. And oh, dap me up. They messed up on the well, they messed up the handshake. What happened? They didn't get dabbed up there, and that's what happened. That's a lot of what happened. Just a little misrotation, the misplay, and they were playing very, very nice. I think the only reason why they got scored on was just a little bit of gap in rotation between the second man and the third man, and there was no one covering the worst case scenario play to the front post, and that's exactly where Two's Grind was able to shoot the ball, got it right past Turt, who was on the other side of the pitch trying to get things to work, and it didn't work in his favor. 1-0, not only in the game, but in the series.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the dangerous thing about Dab Me Up's playstyle is, yeah, they play some nice, strong defense, but as soon as that defense breaks once and you didn't find that counterattack goal all throughout the game, now you're down a game. Now all of a sudden, again, this is a short series. We're back to a best of 3 where, like you said, Nightblood Gaming, they don't only have one in the series, they already are on series point. But let's go into game number 2 and see if Dab Me Up can change that.
Frosty. Solo play! Oh, here it comes! That's a nice play, but it's going to be taken over the backboard by Yokes. Two's Grind gives it right back to Yokes, who just kind of forces it and forces Turt to go. Frosty, there's no one in the air contesting him. He's got so much space to work. He beats Quarantine to the ball, Fast as an open lane underneath, and Yokes messes his play up. Somehow gets back to the ball. I think Fast had saved his own teammate's shot. The way to counterattack off the backboard, the follow will not come, and it's going to remain 0-0.
0-0, but I love what Dab Me Up are starting to do off this kickoff. They're getting a little bit more aggressive. They're saying, we're not going to be able to 100% rely on that counterattack, so let's start making some creative plays of our own. 45 seconds gone already, 0's on the clock, and Frosty trying to make their own play. How about beating one player, breaking it on in, and off the air, it is going to get cleared out by Nightblood, but again, Frosty, the key member of their team right now.
And he's been doing so well, control the pace of the game. He's been mechanical. He's been able to get those air dribble plays out and get them on offense and save them when they're on defense. And now here he is right now, keeping himself open as a pass option downfield. Gets that one touch, gets it past the second. He can't do much after that. Here's Turt, 50 to right, back down into the ground. Can't get the bump on Quarantine, as he is going to look to rotate this one right back into the blue half for his team.
Rotated on back in, minute and a half gone, still that standstill, and the further this game goes without a goal, it does worry me a little bit for Dab Me Up. They would like to get one, I feel like, a little bit early. How about Frosty? Solo moves, tries to dance towards the goal line, but the teammate's not able to follow it up. That means Nightblood Gaming, they get an opportunity. How about off the corner for Yokes? Steals the nice little chunk boost, and will hit a rotate back.
Two's Grind. Downfield, almost got it over Frosty. That one touch had to be a little bit higher, kept his car at a higher angle, had better trajectory to the ball. That really would have been the goal there. Yokes past one, but it's a nice read by Fast. There's no one in the air really trying to go and challenge the ball. Both Fast and Frosty in the same place. No dunk by Frosty over Two's Grind, who's got a partially open net. Fast has to get right back to the ball and cover the worst case scenario as the police pass right by and try to get something happening.
Trying to get it going here. Just about half this game left to play. Again, Nightblood Gaming still sitting with the series advantage in their court. So got to be feeling a little bit good. And if this one goes to overtime, they've already tested their mettle there. So we'll see if they can score an early goal. Nonetheless, it's off at the corner for Two's Grind. This time is going to be sent very quickly out by Turret. This time fast up into the air, looking for the centering pass. But a little bit too slow on these rotations and the communication, just not able to get there.
Corntie, pass one, it's an open, oh, we had top left. He even got the demo, but there was no one to keep the ball in play, no one to keep just the play moving. Turn an opportunity, but Yoke staying composed on the goal line.
Yeah, lovely defensive touch there. Lovely save to keep it towards the 0-0. And yeah, just getting those other players involved, getting fast, getting Turret on some of these goal-scoring opportunities has to be huge for Dabney up here. But picking up some boost on the way. Nightblood Gaming holding their defense on board. But out in midfield, Frosty, a nice pass. But it unfortunately goes right towards Corntie. Just trying to clear it out. Beats Turret and overcommit there. And now just playing around with their food.
What on earth is going on? This has been a nice... It's been an intriguing sequence of plays. But instead, again, another 0-0 game. Oh, no! Hey. Up until that point, cast the curse. My bad. It's 1-0. And Dabney up take the lead.
And this is the danger we talked about. It is Frosty. It is fast. It is the first goal on the board. 4 minutes in for Dabney up. They are going to take the lead back in their own hands. Again, this is how they won 2 of the games in the previous series, but the attack from Nightblood Gaming right off the kickoff will find a counter.
And this is the first time that 2 teams have scored in the exact same game. It's a 1-all game. A beautiful pass right back down, and Two's Grind gets the slot to the bottom right corner.
That's the dangerous thing about Nightblood. Those opportunities, eventually they're going to crack the back of the net here. So now under a minute to go for these 2 teams. Like you said, we're getting into uncharted territory with both of them being able to find a goal. What follows, we could have an overtime or one of these teams, specifically Nightblood. If they can score this next goal, they could be walking right up to that grand finals.
Oh, it's a pass. No, it's not. He couldn't get the ball off his car in time, off the top of his car. Fast, had a pass option to the middle, decided to solo play, forces one to commit, but instead, Torrentie's going to have a lot of time. But now Frosty's got even more. Goes low, has a reset. No flip, though. He's got Turret. Both don't commit. Turret's probably beating himself up, but it was a nice play by Turret not to go. But instead, there's a pass. Corntie rockets it toward the net, but it's not even going to be on target. 10 seconds remaining. We'll see what can happen.
5 seconds now here, 1-1. Oh, running through. Frosty almost gets there, and it looks like Nightblood Gaming not able to carry it. So back-to-back overtimes. This one could end quick if we remember towards the last game. And again, Nightblood Gaming, they get this goal. It is all over for Dabney up.
One more. Dabney up. They've probably been the better team in this one. But Nightblood Gaming have held their composure. They've held their ground, and it's still been an unbelievable sequence. It's still been an unbelievable series. Corntie off the backboard. Oh, Turret's been super awkward. He tried to come in off the backboard. Frosty open net. Had he got that read, but a nice 50 by Two's Grind to keep his team in the game.
Their team in the game here, and as well some extra offense going to be invested there from Dabney up off of the corner. Just keeping it in fast, stalling this ball out for so much time. The boost meters getting a little bit low on Nightblood. They will be able to rotate in, pick up some for their own as they set up. It looks like all 3 players sitting on the goal. Frosty once again, a massive save to keep their tournament hopes alive, bouncing back and forth over that 1 minute marker here in extra time as Frosty goes in the offense.
Oh, it's off the backboard. It's a nice read by Turret. He has no boost. It's a blatant giveaway, but Frosty covering worst case scenario. He's being there right there. He has last man. Now Turret has to rotate back into the play. Frosty's going to rotate as last man, as his teammate Fast rotates as second man, but he gets removed from the pitch, putting Frosty now on the back line into effective first man as he's going to try to leave the play completely and lets his teammate rotate in and cover for him.
get that cover off of the corner here. Minute and a half of extra time already played, and the shot is gonna go right into the hands once again of Dab Me Up. The counterattack is gonna set up. They're gonna put their stakes in the ground here, try and pitch that tent. But it looks like, again, Nightblood Gaming, they're okay playing some ping pong fast, though. Looking to try and go fast in the air. Some good reads from Nightblood Gaming to keep them back on the ground, but some good touches here will set it up right in midfield. Two's grind off to the wall fast. Maybe an opportunity. 2 players sitting back and won't go in.
I like that play from Frosty. He's lingering in the play, still staying downfield. Was able to get the shot on target, but here we go. Frosty, you cannot control that on the goal line there. You have to bang it out. Please don't scare my heart like that, man. That is not what you want to do. It still ends up working. It's cleared. Oh, what a bang. Right back on the goal line. It's a bang over to pass to Fast, who just forces it right back on target. And he says, right back at you.
Right back at you and right back up to over half an extra game. Frosty means another, and we're going to another game.
That was a very nice play again, but Yolks, a big miscontrolled touch. His teammate was removed from the game, and the other one was kind of left awkward on the left side corner, and he could not get back to the ball in time. Unfortunate for them, but that tied up the series.
I gotta say, Frosty has been everywhere. This series, this tournament, call it what you want. I mean, gotta give it to him. Gets the goal to now force game number 3. It's gonna be a best of one game to decide who goes to the grand finals and who's going home.
One game. What? Well, these guys. We'll see now who's going to be able to be put on an effective match point, because this has to be very, very good, because Dab Me Up, they've done what they can. Nightblood Gaming has also played very good. 7 saves on the back line for Yokes. Return that. Dab Me Up, a lot of pressure. They've got, I think that's 14 shots on target. Quite the opposite of what happened the first couple of series they played. They didn't generate any pressure, and they kind of realized the urgency, especially in overtime, of we need to score. And it took them a while. They ended up doing exactly that. It's quite different from their 100% goal completion from the last couple of games, but it still ends up working in their favor.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but it's like you said, each game they've been improving over the tournament. I feel like they're starting to hit their peak right here. This is where they're not only getting. I mentioned Frosty doing a good job, but I feel like it's the whole team. I feel like that's what it's been in this series. Is not only Frosty been that defensive hero, been able to make those aerial plays and win that game for him, but the teammates have been stepping up as well. They've been taking shots, they've been taking passes, but we are going to a game number 3 to decide who goes to the grand finals.
And it's been so hard as well to decide who goes in. Oh, it's an open shot. He hits the top right post, and it bounces right back out in his favor. That's also dangerous. Frosty probably called off Turk there, as he knew he just really could not go for the ball. Still state early on, and it's still going to be 0-0.
0-0 to start, no early goals, and that's what we're kind of expecting. Been pretty much a low-scoring affair between these two teams, but one of them will have to score to win this game, which obviously, like we talked about, stakes are very high. Got the team of, and that Diablo's team waiting up in the grand finals with the game advantage already, but we'll see who will go up to face them. Still 4 minutes on the clock. Nothing, kind of just some passing back and forth to start off the game.
Yeah, they're trying to kind of fizzle in, trying to get this kind of subtle pressure, but they're also not trying to overcommit too much. Nightblood Gaming, they've been able to get a decent amount of not really shots, but just kind of forcing the ball into half, trying to make these plays come in. It's a great demo to kind of relax the pressure, relax the onslaught, but still Yokes just kind of rotated right back into the play to his grind. He's right there. Frosty just gets it right back downfield and puts Quarantine in an awkward position.
Some awkward positions, like you said, some good opportunities on both sides, but neither team a shot right there for Nightblood Gaming. Maybe a second one. Corn tied the bar down. How about the third touch? Two's grind, not giving up on the play.
Oh, that's great gameplay. Just recognizing the double commit off the backboard. Corntide tried to shoot it. Doesn't really matter, but right back off the backboard. Two's grind had an open shot, a free net with the double commit. 2 players still trying to land. It's an easy goal.
Goal there for Nightblood Gaming, and ones you want to take because, again, that dab me up defense not going to crack often. So to get a goal here at the around 2-minute marker, got to feel good. Yokes, though, playing some good defense, making sure that there isn't that counter goal right in the way. Frosty, though, doing all the work. How about the aerial solo plays? All three players from Nightblood Gaming have to get to the corner to make that stop.
Fast. Drops it down. That's high rank B plus gameplay. A couple rank gameplays dropped in here and there. Frost trying to get the equalizer. He can't do it. Oh, that's a dangerous drop down, but 2's grind. He's got it covered as well. He's going to leave this one for Turret. Just bangs it downfield. Wow, I don't recognize how he's got 0 boost on the play there. That's very, very dangerous from Fast. Turret gets it to Frosty, who beats 1. Just kind of forces it downfield. Can't really get the dunk. That's all he can do. Now he has to rotate right back out of the play. Actually, he can rotate right back in. He can make a play on the ball, but there's no one midfield for him to just pass it to.
No one there to hit that pass, but how about some extra offense? Gonna try and keep this one in again. Started them out of boost, maybe try and add an extra goal. Some shots on board there. Nothing in the back of the net just yet, other than that first goal for Nightblood Gaming. As we again approach that 2-minute marker, Damiup still looking for that answer to the first one. Fast, just trying to keep it in, be that good teammate. How about a nice little bump off the backboard, an extra bump as well. Can the third man finish it? The answer from Frosty is no.
Turret. Pass. Frosty shot. There it is. What a save. Frosty the rebound puts it in. Oh, the defensive effort was there, but it wasn't good enough to stop this team.
Was not good enough. The passing, the persistence finds the back of the net. Dab me up here with a 1-1 equalization, just like these teams have kept it to be. I'm just happy we got at least more than one goal this game.
Oh yeah, it's been very, very hard, but of course, another game where it's 2 goals in total. We're guaranteed a third goal for a winner. Corntie to Yokes off the backboard, the double tap. He can't reach it. He didn't have boost, and plus it got a little bit away from him. Frosty, not the touch he wanted, but it is a good touch to keep possession. He dribbles it out, which is something that both teams have not done too much out. That's the most effective way to get the ball out of your half, to dribble it out, take the 50, let your teammates have time to rotate right back into the play and get the boost in the pads and get them out of awkward positions instead of banging it right back and risking giving the ball into the possession of the other team.
Can't really risk it at this stage. Again, 1 minute left to go here in this lower bracket final. Winner moves up to that grand final to play for the championship. Still separated by no goals here. 45 seconds hits the clock as Frosty and company. They're going to try and get that back-to-back goals here. Try and get themselves the lead back. Building it up in the corner as Yokes and company picking up their own boost. Just clearing it out as we hit that half-minute marker.
This is so close, coming down to the end of the game. Under 30 seconds remaining. Frosty dribbles it out. Can't get back to the ball. Bumps the one off the ball. Unbelievable. Frosty the solo play puts his team up.
It's the story we have been telling all day long. Frosty just stealing it from every single player, forcing their way in, and it is dab me up. They retake the lead. 18 seconds left to go, though. Nightblood Gaming right off a kickoff. They have been very dangerous. 15 seconds now. They're going to have to find something probably at 0 seconds, probably in these final set. How about 2 players diving right towards the goal line? No. The answer from Dab Me Up now down to the zeros. Yokes, it's got to be you. It's got to be here. It's going to be Turret trying to just send it out to the corner. It bounces to the ground, and Dab Me Up are going to the grand finals.
That was great play. Corntie had the right idea. He tried to pinch it off the sidewall, but instead his car, like the inside of his car, kind of mushed it with the wall, and it kind of 50'd himself, and it just dropped right back down. It wasn't able to work out in his favor. That me up with very, very, very much deserved. They end up right back in the grand final, and that upper final was very much a preview of what's to come.
It's a preview. It's a rematch. We also got to give some congrats to Nightblood Gaming. Yeah, although they lose here, they're still third. They still, won a lot of really good matches in the tournament today. So I hope they hold their head high, and I hope we get to see them in a following week. Amazing team and amazing org there. But now we are shifting our focus over towards the grand finals. Again, it's going to be a best of 7 series. That game advantage already in Waldo's court, but but all the series in the previous was pretty close. Most of them being separated by 1 or 2 goals.
And it was so close. Exactly just what you say. Waldo Diablo versus Dab Me Up, of course, went to a game 5 last time, and it ended very oddly in the last minute. It was a very close series. It was a very close game. Waldo's Diablo, of course, have had that complete upper bracket run. Will they be like Team Vitality this past weekend and complete the journey and end it off here? Or will Dap Me Up do a complete 360 and take down Waldo's Diablo in the grand finals? We'll find out.
And we're back. Sorry about that delay, ladies and gentlemen. We are here still with Frost Esports, and we got one series left to go to decide the big winner of that prize pool. $100 brought to you by Trolley, but it's going to be a best of 7. Waldo's has already got the game advantage, but let's get right into it.
Yeah, so do we want to call this one game 2? Because I like to have this argument with my cast. Game 2? Okay. Oh, and Ares already trying to get things open. It's a nice save. But of course, it's going to be a big gameplay change in terms of the pace of the game, but the play style, not much change for Dap Me Up going between Nightblood and Waldo Diablo 4.
I think there will be a little bit of change, like you said, but, you know, we talked about this. This is a rematch. You know, these teams have already played. Yes, Waldo did win the series 3-2, but there were so many close games, a lot of games decided by 1 goal, 2 goals here and there, so definitely a shot for Dab Me Up to take this series. Maybe the distance, or maybe end it quick for themselves, coming off a win with some motivation from that lower bracket. Again, both these teams already secured a chunk of the prize pool, but, you know, who doesn't want some more money?
I think you're exactly right. You need to find a way to keep yourself kind of composed in this match. Oh, Impo fakes the mustache, goes down low. I don't think that was much of a fake. It didn't work out much anyways. Ares couldn't get right back to the ball. It's a double commit, but it keeps the ball in the blue half.
Keeps the ball here for just a little bit of time. Both teams, you know, keeping it low scoring for now. We've seen some discrepancies in the game. Some games high scoring, some games low scoring. Waldo's trying to get the first scoring there. Won't be able to find it as Dab Me Up just trying to clear out the zone. Again, trying to get their counterattacks that they seem to be really working into their offense right now. Turret across the back line. No boost to work with, so we'll have to kind of rely on the teammates. And Hezi, again, really good at getting those pickpockets, setting up the team, not getting many goals themselves, but getting those opportunities for the team.
They said the younger they said, don't doubt me up. They need to find a way to keep themselves composed. That's not the way to do it. Impa got just a flip off the ground. They got kind of confused by that. Frosty and Turd both committed, both caught each other off, and both missed. Left an open net, and Waldo's Diablo 4 scores the first goal in the grand final.
They'll score the first goal, and it's getting back to what they know and love. That 3-man offense where Hezi goes in and sets it up. Ares Impo can finish the job, and that first goal feels good. But again, 1 goal just not enough to win this game or going to be enough to win this series. So would love to pile on it here. Add a second. The linebacker play not going to work. Going to get sacked there. But Hezi and company now meet at midfield with the players to Dab Me Up. This time, they're back in their own defensive quarter. Just trying to clear this one out.
Reminder, the predictions up in the chat. Who do you think is going to win the game? Dap Me Up or Diablo? Waldo Diablo already coming in with a game advantage, just like Llama said in the beginning of the grand final. We'll see how they can get to work here. And it has been in their favor, but it has been a relatively close game.
Still really close. 2 minutes left to go here. An exciting one is, yeah, we talk about it. Waldo with that game advantage. Definitely not coming in cold to the series. Already feeling warmed up with that goal. How about Frosty, though? Feeling warmed up towards that top right corner. Shot goes a little bit wide off target, whatever you want to call it, but teammates aren't there to set it up. That's been the important thing, is when we talk about Dab Me Up, for their success, all 3 players need to get up and active.
They have to be able to remain composed as well. Just getting up, getting active is exactly what they need to do. Turn up the back line. Frosty, he couldn't angle his car into the 4 net. And that's the thing, he was trying to play a little bit more faster than he needed to. He couldn't end up angling his car right back in. He just kind of overcommitted, and it led to the counterattack and slot to the bottom right corner.
I mean, this is just a nice little thread there. Lovely to see. I mean, Impo finding it between all 3 players just didn't look like they had the, you know, it's behind you, a little bit hard to see, but Waldo's adds a second goal here with just about 1.5 minutes to play into this game number 2 of the grand finals. So their lead is extended. Dab Me Up, real no answer.
Ares had a scare between that goal where he kind of left and joined with the change. I don't know what has happened there. I think it was one of the new season Psionics game glitches. I hate to not kind of go in the favor of Psionics, but like, it's been 8 years. You gotta find a way to do these updates the correct way. We had the disconnect glitching training. we have ping in training now, apparently. Ares gets the ball past 2, but it's close. He does get it out for his teammate. Oh, Impo goes low! And it's a beautiful reaction save. But can they stop it? Hezi, the follow, the double, top left corner. It's not going to be there.
Has some amazing defensive plays there from Dab Me Up, but it doesn't matter unless they can get this counterattack. Yes, they play lockdown. Yes, they don't let those opportunities go. But how about a nice little push forward from Eris up of the crossbar? Make it 3.
He faked the bang, got the reset, got back to the ball, and gets a big dunk over fast and the triple tap off the crossbar to make it 3-0 in a very, very close game 1 of the grand final.
Very close here. Waldo's, though, seeming to run a little bit away with that 3-0 scoreline. 30 seconds left to play, where Dab Me Up, we know they love to let it simmer, love to score those goals late, but, you know, it's probably a little bit too late for them to score one. Maybe Frosty will find one that just gets away, it just runs away from Impo.
It was like close, of course. It's a beautiful pinch. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. Okay, it wasn't the pinch. It was just the own goal. All right, yeah. So that's disappointed my hopes and dreams. But Dab Me Up. They're going to, barring a miraculous thing at the end of the game here, they will be dropping game number 2, and Waldo's Diablo 4 will go up 2-0 in the best of 7 series in the grand final.
This is huge from Waldo's Diablo. They did not skip a beat going up towards this grand final. You love to see it because, you know, we usually talk when you're sitting waiting for the grand final to happen, maybe you get a little bit cold, you know, that you're watching that team down playing the lower bracket, but they didn't come in cold at all. I mean, you look at the shot counter on the board, 14 shots in total to Dab Me Up 3. That is absolutely crazy. The opportunities, the teamwork was all working together.
That was unbelievable work. And of course, Dab Me Up, they just kind of look outpaced entirely in that game. And they're fast and ready up. I think they're taking their time to talk and go over what they need to fix going into the next game, kind of strategize, get themselves regrouped, because they didn't have much time between the lower final and the grand final to kind of regroup. So this is their time to kind of relax. It's kind of when Genji took a timeout in the grand final against FaZe and said, hold on, we got only 10 minutes between the lower and the grand final. Let's take the timeout after game 1. Chill. We gotta relax.
Yeah, they'll take some time to talk, but also they are coming with some momentum, and I really feel like they just weren't allowed to play their style, and that has to be on the, you know, checklist of things from Diablos if they're going to win this series, is not let them play their game. Strike early, striking often, breaking into that defense, and not allowing those counterattacks. They did all of them that game. Unfortunately for them, the series is a little bit longer, so they still have to play consistently going into game number 3.
Oh, Ares. Can he put it on Durgan? No, he can't. That's a nice really little gameplay, too, as well. Impo back to Ares, but it's taken away. It's a big deflection off of Impo's car. Right back. Oh, it's a beautiful bump by Ares on Frosty. Oh, my God.
Talk about an early goal, 13 seconds in. Hezi also, what a nice little shot. Impo on the assist. It is going to be another lead for Waldo's Diablo 4 here, striking early and taking the lead in this game number 3.
As Aku said, if you can't beat him, delete him. And they did exactly that. The 1-2 fast is awkward. He had flipped during the play, completely committing himself, trying to get a mid-pad, and he couldn't come back right back to the playing time and get a forceful shot on target to potentially tie up the game.
Potentially tie up the game, but not tied just yet. A shot from the skies will be denied, read out pretty nicely by the Waldo squad. Now they'll get set up for their own offense again. They're slowing down a little bit as well and saying, you know, you want to make the counterattack, so can we. You make a mistake on the rotations, we're definitely going to be able to capitalize off it. So they're going to try and keep this possession as they rotate into their offensive zone. Keep it off into the corner here for Impo, but not a lot of boosts to work with here, so it'll go the other way.
Oh, it's a dangerous one. Frosty couldn't get the 50 underneath the player. Hezzy has to control it completely and miscontrols the ball. Fast over Eris, but he gets bumped off. Impo takes it all the way back to his corner, forcing Fast to commit, and he completely whiffs it. That's exactly what they wanted to do. Turd not the touch that they wanted. Impo looking for plays. Eris going for bumps and completely harassing Dap Me Up.
Harassment is the name of the game here. I mean, they only have 2 players back. One of them is going a little bit wider, so you get the bump, you get the play on in, and Waldo's the second goal back to back here. The lead is definitely extended here. I mean, there is 3 minutes 30 left to play, but I feel like this is a critical moment for Dab Me Up to turn the tides.
Flip reset from Eris. That's beautiful, of course, but Frosty, where was he? Where was the Frosty that we saw the entire tournaments thus far on mainstream? Where did he go? Because he needs to show up again. The playmaker, the dribble maker, the absolute who's the correct example? I'm trying to think here. Like the who's the playmaker? Okay, we'll go with We'll go with Stephen Curry. He can assist, he can shoot, and he can defend decently. Okay, we'll talk about the defense later. All right, but he's been doing so much for this team, Frosty. But he needs to work it right back up again. He needs to have space. He needs to have the ball. But again, he's finding himself in weird targets where he's just awkward with the ball again, and he doesn't have as much space as he wants to work with it.
Not a lot of space and not a lot of time as well. We're approaching that halfway marker, under it actually now for these two teams. Waldo still holding that 2-goal lead off of the corner. And, you know, we do talk about how important this game is in the natural stakes of things. A shot there goes just wide right. But, you know, for Waldo's, if they win this game, they're on series point.
Yeah, and that is going to be so big for them going into a game number 4. Eris, what a play! The 1-2 cut turn in, and he makes it 3-0.
Yeah, they're just finding a way to piece down this defense. A really good shot here from Eris to finish that playoff. Hezzy, once again, though, got to give them so much credit here. I mean, like, it's so huge. The assists might not have the goals, but setting up the teammates perfectly.
He's fast. Gets it downfield, but only as far as Impo. They can't get this ball out. They're scrambling to go and challenge. They don't have the ideal amount of boost, but now Frosty with a decent amount. Double touch down to Turd, who was trying to get a pass downfield, but was hesitant on that second touch coming out by Frosty. They need to start trusting each other upfield and downfield on defense to kind of work with the ball. They have to find a way to get Frosty the ball, because when he does, good things happen.
Good things happen. They're definitely going to need some good things, though, for the side to Dab Me Up. A minute 30, it's
No one's
doable,
going.
but you're going to need a goal every 30 seconds. How about Frosty trying to set up themselves? Maybe the teammates breaks one, Axel. Can't break the second, though, fast. We'll try and keep this one in the zone, but again, Waldo's just good at reading those 50-50s, good at reading out those plays. And how about another mid-air touch from Frosty trying to set the team up, but no one's there?
Frosty setting up a lot of these opportunities for his team, the ultimate playmaker. But of course, he's getting past 1, he's getting past 2, he's dunking 3, but he can't get the finish to punish.
Can't get the finish, but this game almost coming to a finish already. 3 goals from Waldo, none from Dab Me Up. Eris trying to add the 4th. The double touch won't be there for them, but approaching this last half minute, I mean, Dab Me Up, the offense needs to find something.
Yeah, and they're playing so hesitant. The third man's playing so, like, he knows from our point of view and from the third man's point of view. I'm going all the way to the last man's point of view. They've got an easy beat of the opponent. They're knowing that, but they feel like if they just bang it the wrong way, they're going to get dunked on. They're going to get countered with an open net. But if you're covering worst case scenario when you're down 3-0 with under a minute left, you just have to go.
5 seconds left here, not a lot on the clock, so Waldo's definitely have secured it with the massive lead they have built up. Frosty gonna try and get one more touch awkwardly off the roof of the car, but game number 3 will be going to Waldo's Diablo number 4 here. They will be moving to 3 games. They're 1 game away from sweeping the series, and I gotta say, the momentum is in their favor.
Oh yeah, and they're doing so many things right, but I feel like Dab Me Up are doing more things wrong. I feel like they just kind of got phased by the first couple of like attempts in the games. They just kept not going. They were afraid of the counterattacks. They were afraid of the quick shots, the quick guns, and it was messing them up so incredibly much, and they could not come back and counter. They were just afraid. They were playing scared, and that's the opposite of what you want to do if you want to win.
Yeah, well, there is another chance here for Dabby Up, and it's got to be right here. This is their last chance to pick up a game. If they win this one, it starts to turn back in their favor, and I think they do have the tools to do so. It's just been a really good series so far from Waldo's. We're going into game 4. It could be the last one of the night.
And if it is, how, in what fashion is it going to be ending? Will Dab Me Up give a valiant effort, or will Waldo continue their streak of dominance that they've had all tournament long?
That's the question. Can their offense find the back of the net so many times? And Dabby Up, I feel like those answering goals have to be there. Cannot let them rack up the scoreboard. So we'll see how they decide to do it right now off in the corner. Their offense off the kickoff. Looking high fly, and Eris also getting some bumps off the back line.
Okay, the ball was kind of stalemated in the middle of the curve. A little bit of mechanical mistakes there. If Turret has to be one, they have to start just banging the ball over the heads. Just no more with the miscontrol. They have to find a way when they have an open net to shoot the ball, at least force the defender to go and use the boost and stretch for the ball. At least try to do that and get a rebound follow-up and keep the pressure on instead of just kind of playing more safe than normal on the offensive side, which you're just supposed to wreak havoc on the defense. The normal gameplay has not really worked in their favor, so they need to change things up in this game number 4.
Trying to play a little bit safe, trying to play a little bit calm, a little bit connected, here. A nice little touch across the goal line, but once again, there's nobody there. It seems like every time there's one of those first touches, the second, third man just not there to follow it up, which is exactly what you need to find these goals. Waldo meeting them at half court once again. Will try and keep this offense going. Ezzy, nice little air, redirect there.
And to your point earlier, once the first man will go, the second man will be very slow to push up. That's the first time that they both went at the same time. Doesn't work. Fast had to turn a little bit faster. He couldn't. But besides for that play right there, the first and second man will be in neutral ways apart, and the third man will be like miles behind. But if they're even close, they wouldn't go. Just afraid of overcommitting and not trusting that his teammate will get back in time.
The trust there, but it's still 0-0 in this game. That's the beautiful part about Rocket League. Every game a new slate for yourself, and not letting one of those early goals in is huge. How about a nice lay-in from Frosty again? No one there. How about a nice little touch from Fast to keep this in? Big boost pickup from Eris, and it looks like the play in midair. It looks like beats the first, doesn't beat the second though.
Oh, imagine had he continued that the entire way. Oh, that west shot! Oh, it's hit off the bottom post! Oh, that's unlucky.
So lucky there that does not go in. But how about Frosty's shot? That one is going in for Dab Me Up to find their first goal.
I think that might be the first real shot, the first real goal that they've got in regulation the entire series. And it comes at a very, very big point where they need to find a way to counter. They need to find a way to even try to force a reverse sweep.
This is a must-win game for them, and with 2 minutes on the clock left to play here in the grand finals, definitely do not want to drop it. Doing their best. Frosty, with that goal, has to feel absolutely good. Frosty as well, getting in the back line, getting aggressive like you asked of them, and how about some good extra offense going to be passing right there, but the overcommitment might have been enough, but it's going to be kept on right in, so nothing to worry about.
Fast. Dangerous control. It's very nice. He gives it over to Frosty, the kind of pop-up right back into the car. Fast was forced to go. Turret kind of overcommitted there. When you overcommit, when you just don't commit, those are the types of places you just can't go. Impulse pass off, cut off in the back line by Turret to keep this pressure going.
Minute 15 here to go. Waldo's still trying to find their offense in this game, but time to do so. Again, if it stays at this 1-goal deficit right off the backboard, double touch! Impo receives it perfectly. We're all back to equalized.
Oh, and Hezzy just forced it off the back one. Oh, and Turk flipped during the play. I don't know if it was a misflip or not. You cannot do that at any cost. The amount of times this broadcast I'm saying flipping during the play, in or out of it, is committing yourself completely in one direction, and it forced him in the net. And he couldn't do anything about it. He completely took himself out of the play. An easy double touch to take the lead. Frosty denies.
Good defensive standoff. Once again, the name on everybody's mind, Frosty, trying to do the most right now, but we'll see if they can be the host of this next play. 40 seconds left to go here. It's going to be Waldo still applying that pressure with that counter goal. Again, they're sitting pretty with a 1-1 scoreline, but Frosty lurking around that midfield line. Fast, trying to get something off the ceiling, but goes to no one again.
Yeah, they have to find a way to connect with each other because they have not been. That's been the problem the entire series. But here's Aries. Oh, it's a nice cutoff by Turt. Fast had to just kind of misplay the defender. Now Frosty's got the ball. That's the person that's who you want on it to try to cut it away. Turt had to go quicker. Decided to go a little bit more late. Gave the ball away. Turt. Oh, an opportunity at 0 seconds. The drop down will not be there. Waldo Diablo 4, a game away from $70.
Yep, they are one shot, one goal away, but in this extra time, anything can happen. How about off the backboard? Maybe a play there. Impo, nothing there. Turk gonna send it the other way. The counterattack, definitely an opportunity for Dab Me Up. It is a must-win game to continue on this series. Hezzy, the shot, it's a double commit. Will it be kept in long enough? Impo, the plays off of the area. The pressure is being applied. The waterfall is down, and Aris will put the nail in the coffin. It is all over.
Game, set, match, and Waldo's Diablo the 4th has won the Frost Weekly Blizzard $100 3v3 tournament number 93. Unbelievable. And of course, who better than Eris to come and set it all up and drop it all down? Diablo, they've done it again.
They've done it. They win not only this series, they won this series twice to get here and to win the entire thing. And I gotta say, really good job. You know, improvements from the previous series. They were shutting down the opposing team, not letting them play their game, and the offense, the passing, everything was working out. And even when Dab Me Up, they showed some resilience. They were still able to fight it back.
And they did so well with it too, as well. They really had it. Just looking at the bracket, looking at it all, it was a game 5 the last time these two played. Oh, what happened? What happened? It was close, but I will tell you, Waldo Diablo the 4th really deserved it.
I mean, you got to give credit to Dab Me Up too. You know, they're still taking home second place. They're still taking home some cash money, but the championship crown does belong to Waldo's Diablo 4. Huge congrats. I mean, you got to give it to him. Their offense all tournament long. We were saying that, you know, this was a team to watch out for. Definitely were. So I really I hope this happens again, though. I hope we, you know, next week when this tournament rolls around, we get a rematch. And speaking of next week, maybe you guys are sitting out in Twitch chat. Maybe you guys like, I got a team. I can build a team good enough. Well, show us. Join the Frost Discord here. Get your team in and then playing in these weekly tournaments.
All right, first of all, these people in the chats are going to need their points, okay? They betted on a team. A lot of them betted against Waldo Diablo for some reason. Common sense, guys. Come on now. But ended up, they won. Oh my God, I got a 5,000 points return on that. Goodness gracious. You can imagine how the guys in the chat feel about that. That was absolutely amazing. Well, I'll tell you about that, Llama. That was an amazing cast.
It was pretty fun. Unfortunately, that's the last series of the night. We don't have any more Rocket League. I gotta go home. Gotta go take a nap. But before we can end off the stream, just a little bit of love to ourselves. We got our Twitters down below if you guys want to throw a follow over our way. Or the big man behind the scenes, Mr. Nick NCS, pressing the buttons, production, graphics. He does it all. Go check us out there. Frost Esports as well over on the Twitter sphere. Also, make sure you hit a follow on the Frost Esports RL Twitch channel so you can be notified when we do go live every single Monday or every Thursday for those Valorant tournaments. But I think that is pretty much going to do it for us for Lava and Melee Kim here up in the Castor booth. We hope you have an awesome and epic night. Stay frosty.